Good morning and welcome to Game 2 of Day 2 of the 2025 Canadian National Blind Hockey Tournament. I am Matthew Sukram alongside Courtney Kenny. Big game coming up right here in the open division. It's the Canucks versus the Leafs. The Leafs in the black jerseys, the Canucks in the yellows. The puck is dropped and we are underway. Both teams are 0-1 after yesterday's action, so a win is needed as we break right into the zone. It's carried on the stick of Trajan Hansman. Hansman drops it back to the line, then lost it there on that pass, and it's broken out of the zone. Yellow carrying it up the ice. That's Jason Willer coming down on the right side. Willer stops in the right side circle. It gets knocked off his stick. Black looking to clear it out. A collision on the far side boards, and now there's a pass made. Wheeler going to the front of the net, trying to get the backhand, but the puck just slips off the end of his blade. Wheeler still carrying it, feeds it around the end boards, controlled back there by Tunis. Tunis feeds it back to the line. It is AKS with it, but the whistle goes as the net got knocked off its moorings a minute into the contest.
Well, like you said, we're only a minute in and already some frantic action to both ends. The Leafs going in right away, trying to get a chance, but because they couldn't get a pass away, they didn't actually get a shot on net either. And then going the other way, the Canucks having some good action as well and nearly getting a chance on net there until the net was popped off. But if it's anything like the first game, we're in for a treat.
Yeah, that first game, if you followed us, ended in 3-2 in overtime. There's a play in front of the net. Adrian Ekstrom now carrying it into the corner, but lost it, and the puck is now coming out of the zone, controlled by the Leafs. Carrying it down the left wing side. That is Cassandra Ruddle. Ruddle tries to move it to the middle, but that play is broken up. It's Ian Rankin in control of the puck. He moves it down the right side boards, takes a collision as the puck moves back to the blue line and out into the neutral zone. Now in control, Andrew Gourlay of the Leafs. He comes back in, but a couple of the Leafs hadn't cleared the zone yet, and so offside is the call 2 minutes into the game.
Offside is always the call that, you kind of wish you could take back. Sometimes it's such a bang-bang play that you want to make something happen, and in that sense, with a couple of Leafs players just up in the zone, you kind of think that maybe he just got a little bit overexcited and wanting to get in to make something happen. But now we'll have another chance here as both teams again. We're only a minute and a half into this game, but back and forth action right away.
And the action continues. It's the Leafs with the puck in the offensive zone, right in front of the net. Amy Burke trying to take a shot, but couldn't get it off her stick as the defense collapses in around her. That's Jason Willer, who had a good defensive game yesterday for the Canucks in their loss to the Habs. Again, both teams 0-1. Over the blue line, back into the attacking zone is Hansman out of Parry Sound, Ontario. This is his third year at the tournament. He lost the puck. It comes out to the neutral zone, and Nathan Tunis going in on the breakaway, but he's got to put the brakes on and look for the pass. He finds Willer on the right side circle. Willer puts it back in the corner. Hard check given there by Hansman of the Leafs to get the puck away from the stick of Tunis, and it's sent all the way down into the Canucks zone. In behind the net, it's Corbin Johnson trying to fight for the puck against Sietska Morgan. Morgan gets it away from Johnson and plays it to the near side boards, but Johnson gets it right back, flips it behind the net. It'll go around the boards, picked up on the far side by Tyler Burke. Burke tries to play it below the goal line. The Leafs trying to get back into the attack here. Now back out in front, that's Johnson. Johnson in the slot, big collision. Picked up right on the doorstep. The shot comes in, save made, rebound chance, and Johnson cannot bury it. Picked up by the Leafs in the far side. That's Dylan Proven. Proven tries to play it on net. That one skips by everybody's stick. It's down to the point. Shot coming in. That one wide of the net off the stick of Andrew Gourlay, who had a goal in yesterday's game for the Leafs in their loss to the Sens. Now back in the middle. The shot from Gourlay just wide of the net. We've played 4.5 in the first period. Still no score as the play continues inside the Canucks zone. It's picked up off the stick of Johnson. He flips it towards the net, and that's just wide. In behind the net, Aiden Quilty of the Canucks trying to clear the zone on the far side boards. It gets stopped there by Burke. Burke plays it to the front of the net, and it's a save made by Wyatt Harvey. A big one there, as that gives the Canucks a chance to breathe here after that relentless attack.
A couple of folks already on YouTube. You got Ken Burke cheering on Ty and Amy Burke and the Leafs. Lana Rudel, who was here yesterday, says Auntie is cheering on Curtis and Cassandra from Saskatoon. And Jacoba Morgan is cheering for Siski. I totally just butchered that.
Siska Morgan.
There we go. Thank you. Siska Morgan. As they're watching this one with a lot of interest, as both these teams looking for their first win.
Morgan all the way from Maine and has been playing blind hockey since 2017. Back to the action. Puck is inside the Canucks zone. It's at the line, controlled by the Leafs. It just trickles off the stick of Ruddle, but the Leafs get control of it at the line. A shot in, blocked. And a dump out by AKS out of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. And it goes right towards the, oh no, it passed the net. And so I believe they're going to call that icing.
It did hit the goaltender,
Or it did hit the goaltender, okay.
It did hit the goaltender as it rolled in for the Leafs. So they are going to play the puck, or they are going to start the face-off in Leafs territory. So the Canucks might be getting a good chance here on the offensive zone to get something started right off the hop. But, yeah, the puck just rolled in, and it sat there, and they called it frozen puck. So that's how we got our stoppage.
And that's Aaron Prevost in net for the Leafs. Aaron Prevost out of Ottawa, Ontario. So I don't know how an Ottawa citizen feels about playing for the Leafs. We'll have to ask him about that after this game. This is his 10th year in blind hockey.
Lots of vets out there.
Play underway inside the Leafs zone. It comes out to the neutral zone, picked up by Graham Foxcroft. Foxcroft over the line, drops it back to Burke. Burke tries to play back ahead, but a good defensive play on the back end by Adrian Ekstrom. And cleared out. Leafs back in control in their own zone, looking for the pass to the neutral zone. They get it up ahead to Foxcroft. He's over the blue line, drops it back off to Burke. Amy Burke on the right side boards, dishes it into the right side corner. Foxcroft behind the net, in control of the puck. Coming down the left side, he tries to center it. Nobody there for the Leafs as they were making a line change. But now they got fresh legs on the ice, and they take a shot from just inside the blue line. That goes just wide of the net. Play back at the line. They can't keep it in the zone as it's picked up by Hillary Scanlon. Scanlon out of Peterborough, Ontario, in her 4th year of playing at this blind hockey tournament. She dumps it in, and it's played behind the net by the Canucks. They'll flip it right back out into the neutral zone with 7:15 to play in this first period. Still no score. With some speed going in the zone is Gourlay. Gourlay drops it back to Johnson. Johnson to the top of the slot. The shot is blocked. A big-time stop by Andrew Paxton getting in the way and taking care of his defensive assignment as the Canucks look for another exit out of the zone. That gets stopped, and it's back in control of the Leafs. The shot again just wide. Corbin Johnson on that one. 2 near goals on this shift from Johnson as the Canucks get the puck out, and now Willer the other way down the right wing side. Willer towards the Toronto net, tries to feed it in front, but couldn't get the pass across. And now the Leafs looking to break it back out with 6.5 to play. At the line, they will get it off the boards and into the neutral zone. The Canucks pick it up in their own end. Played back out to the neutral zone for Ekstrom. Ekstrom turns it over. Scanlon trying to move it forward. She'll flip it into the attacking zone. It goes into the left side corner. Canucks in control as Nathan Toon is trying to get that one out. He gets it up to the stick of Ekstrom. Ekstrom trying to lead a charge down the ice. He gets the pass across to Rankin. Rankin feeds it back to the left side, and they can't get the shot off as AKS goes sprawling into the boards. Now the Leafs trying to move it out of the zone with 5:45 to play in this first period. Canucks force another turnover, but can't get control of it. in the goal-scoring area, and it's cleared out to the neutral zone by the Leafs. Picked back up on the near side by Ekstrom. Ekstrom towards the Leafs net, looking to play it on the backhand in the slot. That play's broken up by the Leafs. It's picked up by Cassandra Ruddle. Ruddle for the Leafs, going all the way into the Canucks zone. She plays it across to the right side to Ruddle. That's her brother, Curtis Ruddle, as the Ruddle siblings were trying to connect on a goal there, but again, the shot just wide. Now down the other way, Zach Harris coming into the zone for the Canucks. Harris in control, but he's waiting for his teammates on that line change. Now he's trying to get the pass just above the circle. Can't get it there as the Leafs will move the puck out of the zone with 4:55 to play in this first period. Wheeler now coming back into the Leafs zone for the Canucks. It's slapped off of his stick, and the Leafs have control of it at the blue line. Wheeler comes back, tries to steal it. Wheeler looking for it in the skates. It's now knocked away from him and played to the near side boards. Picked up there by Tunis out of Montreal. Tunis in behind the net. They still need to get that pass off before they can shoot, and that's another pass that's blocked by the Leafs. Sent around the near side boards, and it will exit the zone into the neutral zone. 4:20 to play in this first period. And both teams know what is on the line here. It's either a chance to go to the gold medal game or a chance to play for a bronze medal tomorrow as well. As the whistle goes for the icing call, and that will give the Leafs a chance in the offensive zone.
Well, both these teams will be playing again later today. The Leafs will be playing the Habs at 5, assuming, the schedule is still relatively close. And then at 6, the Canucks will be taking on the Sens. The Sens, who are now undefeated, going 2-0 so far through the early part of this weekend. But both these teams are 0-1, looking to get their first win under their belts in this one. Both playing with some frenetic pace, though, like we said. And a little bit of a long time for you talking there for a moment.
And we're back underway, 3:20 to play in the first period. The Leafs have control of it in their own zone. It's cleared out up onto the stick of Johnson. Johnson now waiting in the left side circle in the attacking zone. Johnson moves it to the middle. Shot from Hansman is blocked. Good job on that save by the goaltender, Wyatt Harvey. Actually, he didn't actually get all the way to him. It looked like it went off his skate just in front there. Either way, the Canucks now looking to move it out. Stretch pass, trying to get it up ahead onto the stick of Rankin. Rankin has control of it. Now he'll go in behind the net. Rankin moves it over to Ekstrom in the right side circle. Ekstrom tried to take a shot. He got blocked by Scanlon in front of him. Scanlon and Ekstrom still battling for it in the corner. Ekstrom passes it to the blue line. It is kept in the zone and now passed off to the right side boards for Gianna Griffith. Griffith plays it below the goal line. Now back up to the top of the zone for, that looks like Ben Holung there. He gets it in front of the net, whacking away at it, loose puck. It's cleared out of the area. Ekstrom had a golden opportunity, but could not get the finish for the Canucks. However, they still have possession, but it's off the stick of AKS. And it goes out to the neutral zone, and now the Leafs coming in on a 2-on-1. It's onto the stick of Ruddle. The shot, it stopped, and the whistle will go as the puck gets frozen by the goaltender, Harvey. I didn't know if it snuck in behind him or not.
It looked like it could have from this angle for sure, but a little bit of an awkward change there for the Canucks is what led to that chance for the Leafs. And, as a coach, even in these fun tournaments, those are going to be moments that you're pulling your hair out, is when, the changes like that happen. How many times we've seen it in the hockey we cover up in North Bay with the Powassan Voodoos, where a bad change leads to quick shift of momentum, right? So, and then the puck's in the back of your net, and now you're trying to come back from a 1-goal deficit.
Just over a minute to play in the first period. The Leafs in control in the Canucks end. A nice hard check there from Gianna Griffith, but it might have been too much contact, as it looks like Griffith is going to be sent to the box. I mean, she went in there going, that puck is mine, and just got the elbow up a little bit too high. Took down, I believe, That was Curtis Ruddle on that play. So, with about 40 seconds remaining in the first period, the Leafs have their first power play of the game.
Well, we saw power plays loom large in the previous game, even though neither team could kind of convert on their power play, but a 5-on-3 opportunity actually for the Sens in that one as well late. But we'll have to see how the Leafs do with the power play here and if they can make something happen.
This is Gourlay with the shot. He gets blocked, but there's a chance right in front of the net. And the goaltender is going to blow the whistle. I believe it hit the mask of Harvey. And so the play will die down every time that happens.
Quick whistle as well, like you mentioned, and that'll bring us to the end of this opening frame. So that being said, there's no score at the end of our first 15 minutes played here. And we'll be back with more hockey on the other side of this.
Welcome back. Matthew Sukram with you here alongside Courtney Kenny. Second period about to get underway, and there's a minute 36 remaining on the penalty to Griffith. 2 minutes for body contact called right at the end of that first period. And so the Leafs start the second period on the power play with the score 0-0 as the puck is dropped, and the Leafs now get it into the attacking zone. A pass from Ruddle over to Burke. Burke back to Ruddle at the right side of the circle. Her backhanded shot is stopped by Harvey, and that will blow the play down. And unfortunately for the Leafs, they're on the power play, but because of the stoppage in play, the clock keeps running, so that's less power play time for them.
Yeah, the only time we saw the clock really end was earlier today with less than a minute left in that third period when we're still tied between the Sens and the Habs when they were on the power play, but that's not how it's going to work here.
A face-off win for the Canucks, and they'll kill more time on the PK as they dump it all the way down the ice. 40 seconds remaining on the penalty to Griffith with 14 minutes to go in this second period. And now the Leafs rushing down the ice on the far side. Johnson, who's had a couple of chances in this game. Johnson collides with Andrew Paxton. Both players get up, appear to be okay, as the Canucks dump the puck all the way back down into the Leaf zone. 18 seconds left in the penalty kill. In the neutral zone, Willer knocks it off the boards. Picked up in the Leaf zone by Graham Foxcroft of the Leafs. He plays it to the neutral zone, trying to get it onto the stick of Nathan Tree, and Tree moves it down the left wing side, back up to Foxcroft. Foxcroft drops it back to Tree. His shot goes wide of the net. We're back to even strength as Griffith comes racing out of the box. The Canucks in control of the puck in their own zone. They dump it down the ice. This will go the length of the ice, and icing will be called against the Canucks with 2 minutes gone in this second period.
The goaltending here today has been absolutely fantastic for all four teams now that we've seen, and killing off some penalties there for the Canucks. You know, having to stand tall in net is Harvey for the Canucks, and then on the other side, Aaron Prevost, again, a little bit strange for an Ottawa resident to be playing for the Leafs, but he's doing us Leaf fans proud, I would say.
Off the draw, the Canucks trying to clear it on the left wing side. It's stopped at the point and flipped in by Gourlay of the Leafs. He plays it behind the net, picked up back there by Quilty of the Canucks, trying to get it out of the zone. A Big battle there just inside the blue line. It's knocked off a couple of skates, now controlled by the Leafs briefly. Nice poke check made, and now Ian Rankin goes the other way. The Canucks coming into the zone. Rankin to the left side, the pass back to Rankin, and his shot goes just wide of the net. They had Aaron Prevost beat, but could not bury the puck on that 2-on-0.
What a great chance for the Leafs the Canucks on that play. Really their first offensive opportunity of this period, and just missing the net just a little wide.
11:40 to play as the Leafs come back into the zone. Hansman drops it back to Scanlon at the blue line. She takes a shot. It's off a skate and into the near side corner. Canucks can't clear it from that area as it's picked up there by Gourlay. He moves towards the front of the net. Now he takes it behind the net. Still controlling it on the far side boards. Looking to put the Leafs ahead 1-0. Gourlay makes his move around a defender. Goes back behind the net. Looking to center it. It's off a skate. And then it goes back behind the goal line towards the end boards. And Gourlay back in control. But now the Canucks attack him for the puck. And the Canucks are looking to clear. It's kept in the zone at the line by Scanlon. Scanlon for the Leafs. Plays it back into the slot. Gourlay's there. Gourlay in front of the net. Scores! The Leafs take a 1-0 lead. Andrew Gourlay with an unbelievable shift just to keep that puck alive. And then you also got to give the stick tap to Hillary Scanlon for keeping that puck in the zone on the clearing attempt. And the Leafs are ahead 1-0.
Big play for sure by Gourlay, who has Patrick Gourlay watching right now. So good time to turn on the Jets on that one and make a great play here in front of the fans at the Mattamy Athletic Center and, of course, your fans back home. And like you said, what a shift by Gourlay to finally get one past Harvey here. And with 10:15 on the clock, the Leafs now take a 1-0 lead.
And I believe that'll be Gourlay's second goal of the tournament. He did score in yesterday's game. Halfway through this second period, an icing is called against the Canucks, so we'll go all the way back down the other way.
Back and forth action, though, in this second period with the Leafs taking the lead. And again, just what a great experience here to be at the old Maple Leaf Gardens, the Mattamy Athletic Center in Toronto, to be able to call the 2025 Canadian Blind Hockey Tournament here in Toronto. I mean, what better way to spend our weekend, Matt?
Absolutely, and nice to see Isaiah Gauthier is doing the PA announcing for this game, and he'll join us later on in the day. Not sure which broadcast he'll be on, but he will definitely join us at some point. It was a pleasure to have Gauthier with us earlier. Back underway, a play near the side of the net, and it looks like Harvey has made another save there. And again, right off the face-off, the Leafs move the puck to the net, but can't beat Harvey on that play. 9 minutes to go in the second period.
Yeah, as much as I like doing color commentary with you, Matt, it's always great to have some of these actual players in here who know what they're talking about, come in and talk and do some analysis for us on these games, as I can only imagine what it's like to be out there.
Off the draw, the Canucks win the face-off, and moving it with speed through the neutral zone is Rankin. He gets it into the Leafs' end, goes into the corner and tries to get it to the line, but it's blocked by Ruddle, and Ruddle clears it to the neutral zone, gets it onto the stick of Hansman, and Hansman now is able to dump it into the Canucks zone, but it's picked up there by the Canucks, looking to clear it. They can't, as it's then shot back in by Gourlay in behind the net. Canucks looking for control. They flip it off the glass. It comes to the half boards, and that is where Tunis has it for the Canucks. Tunis backhands it into the neutral zone, up onto the stick of Rankin. Rankin lost the puck, but now he gets it right back. He's in front of the net. He needs the pass and couldn't feed it behind himself to Tunis. And it's back the other way with the Leafs in control. Johnson plays it back to Hansman. Hansman trying to gain possession of on the boards. He's being pressured by a couple of Canucks players, and they clear it to the neutral zone. In the neutral zone, loose puck battle won by Tree. Tree feeds it back up ahead to Hansman. Hansman over the line, gets it knocked off his stick, but it ends up on the stick of Scanlon on the far side. Scanlon for the Leafs enters the attacking zone on the right wing side. Scanlon puts on the brakes at the hash marks, plays it over to Johnson. Johnson drops it back to the line to Ruddle. Ruddle gets tied up there, and now the Canucks look to gain possession in the neutral zone. Willer dumps it in on the right wing side. It goes towards the M boards, and the Leafs back in control in their own zone. That's Foxcroft with it. Foxcroft moving through the neutral zone with speed. Foxcroft down the left wing over the blue line, entering the circle. It's poked off his stick. Now he gets it back on the M boards, looking for the centering pass. It gets past two of the Leaf players who were just entering the zone on that line change. And now it's dumped in. Canucks looking to play it out, delayed offside. The arm's still up, and the Canucks finally get it out of the zone. And the Leafs are now back on side as they finally check up. But the Canucks clear it again. Now the Leafs have possession in the neutral zone, knocked off their stick, and it's sent down the ice. Ekstrom racing for it, and there's going to be a penalty called here with 6:15 to play as Ekstrom collided with Gourlay in the middle of the Leafs zone. And so body contact is going to be called against Ekstrom on that play.
Well, a lot of the body contact in this sport so far has been incidental. You know, there's no ill will behind any of the body checking that's taken place so far. But now the Leafs going back to another power play here. They're 0 for 1 on the game, but if you're the Leafs, you're never going to say no to another power play opportunity to try and expand your lead to 2-0 here with 5:30 left in the second period, Matt.
They said 0 for 1 as they got a penalty or a power play right at the end of the first period that carried over into the second. And now, as you said, looking to expand on their 1-0 lead. It's controlled by the Leafs in the Canucks zone. The shock from the left side goes up high. Played on the far side by Hansman in the corner. Hansman moves it through the slot, tries to lift it again, but it's over everybody's stick and played off the boards. Still kept down low in the near side corner. Looking for the centering pass, trying to get it on the stick of Provin. Provin and Hansman right in front of the net. And the whistle will blow here. I don't know if the official thought the goaltender had it or if it made contact with the goaltender's mask, but the whistle went. And now there is a minute 10 remaining on the power play with 4:40 to go in the second period. 1-0 lead for the Leafs.
I found in that first game, whenever the puck kind of sat in the crease by the goalie, they were blowing the whistle right away. So I think it's just something they're doing as maybe an extra added safety precaution.
Yeah.
Where they're blowing the whistle real quick. But the Leafs looking more dangerous on this power play than they did on the first one.
The shot off the draw goes into the near side corner. Gourlay down there. Check that, Johnson. Johnson from the half boards moves to the middle of the zone. Johnson with the shot. Big save by Harvey to kick out the left side pad. Now the Canucks in control, looking to clear it out of their zone with 30 seconds to go on the penalty kill. They get it to the blue line, and now they'll carry it out. It's Rankin in control down the left wing side for the Canucks. Into the attacking zone. Rankin lost it trying to get the pass across, and now the Leafs break out of the zone with 15 seconds to go on the power play. Over the blue line, dumped in towards the right side, just past the net. Behind the goal line, the Leafs can't get control. 4 seconds to go on the power play. And Ekstrom is about to come out of the box, and here he is, back into the neutral zone. Puck controlled by the Leafs with 3:25 to play in this second period. On the far side boards in the Canucks zone, the Leafs couldn't get control of it. Back out to the neutral zone, Gourlay. He enters the attacking zone again. Gourlay looking for the setup pass, diving into Harvey. The mask comes off. Harvey's stick is caught in his pads. And now everyone looks to be okay, but Gourlay was just trying to cut in front of the net. Could not get anywhere clear except for going right into Harvey.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where you kind of look at what can I do here, and your only option
Not
is
a
really,
whole lot.
Yeah, your only option is probably the one option you don't want to take. But everyone's no worse for wear on this one. But now Gourlay is going to go and sit and think about it for the next 2 minutes here, as now the Canucks will get their first chance on the man advantage. As back in net, Harvey still taking his time putting the pads back on. as he gets ready to go. 1-0 Leafs here with 2:15 left on the clock in the second period, as the Leafs and Canucks, the two teams that are so far winless, looking to get back on the winning side of things here and try to force a really interesting game later this evening.
It'll be the Habs versus the Leafs at 5 o'clock, the Canucks versus the Sens at 6 o'clock. Again, those are tentative times depending on how the rest of the day rolls out. But again, with these tournaments, sometimes the clock runs a little long. And
at one point yesterday, we were 40 minutes behind them, and then we only finished like 8 minutes off schedule.
Not bad. Play underway, 1.5 minutes to go as the puck comes to the blue line in the Leafs zone, and Hansman is able to get it clear. Hansman ahead of the defenders, but he's got to make the pass. He goes right towards the net. Now he's holding it behind the net. Hansman needs a pass out in front. It's knocked off his stick, but he gets it back in control on the near side boards. And now finally the Canucks are able to get it away from him. That's Morgan, who has it behind the net. Morgan looking to play down the left side, gets it up to the blue line, and the Canucks looking to dump it into the Leafs zone, and they do as it's chased. It's going to be icing call as the pass was, or the dump out was just behind the center ice line. So less than a minute to go in this second period, 1-0 Leafs.
That's a little tough because Ekstrom was there on the icing call, but if the call is absolute and there's no way that you can overturn it, that's just how it is. As that's tough for the Canucks here to take and have to start with the final 30 seconds on this power play, especially in their own zone.
There's about a 20-second differential between the penalty clock and the game clock, so if they don't score here, they'll get to start the period on the power play, and the Leafs win the draw. Shot at Harvey, and he does a great job to just keep the pad down from that shot from below the circle. On the far side boards, 10 seconds to go. Leafs in control. It is Foxcroft going back and forth in and out of the corner. Now he turns, takes a shot, and Harvey makes a stick save. 2 seconds to go. Morgan moving it down the right wing into the neutral zone as time expires. So there will be 19 seconds remaining on the Canucks power play when the third period commences, but it's a 1-0 lead for the Leafs through 2 minutes of play. I'm Maddie's Courtney. Third period coming up in just a few minutes.
And we welcome you back inside the Mattamy Athletic Center for period number 3 between the Canucks and the Leafs. The Leafs lead 1-0, but they are on the penalty kill here. I'm Courtney Kenny, pleased to be Matt Sugrum, pleased to be joined by Matt Sugrum, and here's Matt with the call.
I'm pleased to be Courtney Kenny, back underway here. The Leafs attacking with 5 seconds left on the penalty kill. There's a collision below the circle in the Canucks zone, and that's going to allow them to break out. It is Tunis with it, just above the blue line. Makes a nice cross-zone pass onto the stick of Rankin. Rankin now behind the net, lost it back there as the Leafs looking to pick it back up. It's Gourlay again. We're back to 5-on-5 with 30 seconds gone in this third period, and Gourlay will move it through the neutral zone, trying to get it over to the stick. Foxcroft, he gets it to him as he crosses the blue line. Now Foxcroft in below the goal line, plays it back up to the top of the zone. That's Scanlon there. Hillary Scanlon tries to feed it in on the backhand, but that one gets blocked off the stick of Tunis. And now Tunis, in his 7th year at the Canadian National Blind Hockey Tournament, he'll move it through the neutral zone, plays it to the middle. There's a chance on net, and the stop is made. It didn't get through the goaltender as Scanlon on defense blocking that shot, and then that puck got cleared into the Leafs bench. 13:30 to play in this third period, and the Canucks are going to have to get real desperate here to try and even this one up.
Man, duck for cover with that puck coming into the bench. We've seen it many times where a regular puck will go into a bench, at the OHL or NOJHL level, but we got up close and personal with those pucks yesterday after the tournament, Matt, and I don't know what I'd like to be hit with. I mean, I'd like to be hit with neither of them.
That's right, yeah.
That type
if neither is an option.
Yeah, if neither is an option, but if I'm taking one, I don't know which puck I'd rather get hit with because those pucks are heavy. And, steel casing.
Yeah.
0 to 10, would not recommend.
No, and you can bid on a game-used puck, so if you're watching this and would like to come down, it's free admission for all the games today. And there is a raffle auction happening with a lot of great prizes, including a game-used puck. Playback underway. Hansman has it inside the Leafs zone, and it's sent down the ice. Picked up by the Canucks in their end. Morgan moves it to the neutral zone. The pass now gets back to the stick of Morgan. She's trying to control it as it goes in over the blue line, but that's stopped. And now it's the Leafs going the other way, gaining the attacking zone. It's Hansman in control. Hansman behind the net, feeds it out in front. Gourlay's there. He fans on the shot, though. And that allows the Canucks to clear to the far side, but Scanlon fires it back into the middle. Blocked there by Ekstrom. Ekstrom tries to get it out. Hansman blocks it. Hansman's shot to the net is stopped by Harvey with just under 12 minutes to play in the third period.
We touch on how goaltending is probably one of the toughest positions in all of sports.
Mm-hmm.
And now you put that into the perspective of not only do these guys are they visually impaired, but they're also wearing blindfolds basically in net. How much more do you think that ratchets up the difficulty of playing goal when you can't see the puck at all? You're basing it on your hearing. And today, there's been a few big saves from all four goaltenders that we've seen. And, man, my hat's off to them.
Certainly a difficult position, no doubt. Nice play for the Canucks to get the puck out of the zone. Rankin feeds it in front. It's on net. Can he bang away at it? No. Aaron Prevost with a big save as both Rankin and Tunis were coming down with speed into the zone.
Big play there by the Canucks is, like you said earlier, they're going to have to get desperate to try and score one here to tie the game at 1 apiece. But no luck on that one as Prevost making a huge save, probably his biggest one yet.
10:45 to play in this third period. The Leafs bring it back out of their zone. They gain the attacking zone. Try to drop it back in the circle. That one's cleared out by the Canucks. Into the neutral zone. It's picked up by Tree out of Oxford, England. And Tree for the Leafs moves it back down the left wing side. It's dropped to Foxcroft. He goes into the left side circle. Now he puts it on net. Backhanded chance at the near side. It is I haven't seen a call from the official. No goal.
Oh, it was the goaltender I saw make the no goal call on that one. But either way, since the play is going to be dropped in the Canucks zone, it's no goal there. We saw a few goals go against the Sens in the previous game with no passes being made, but that one, Harvey got up pretty quick and was very convinced of there being no goal.
Play inside. That's Burke right in the slot. The pass is just off the stick of Hansman, and then his shot goes just wide on the blocker side of the net. The Leafs coming agonizingly close to expanding on this 1-goal lead. Now 9.5 to play as the Canucks get in the zone. A pass across to Willer. He scores, and the Sens have tied it. 1-1 with 9:20 to play. A beautiful pass from Willer to Ekstrom. And the Sens even things up. The Canucks even things up. Oh, man.
It's been a long day yesterday, to be fair, and it's going to be a long day again today. Lots of hockey, and it gets a little bit confusing when they're all wearing the same color jerseys. So you can be forgiven, Matt. You can be forgiven. I'm sure I'm going to make my fair share of mistakes today as well. But what a great play right there to get the puck past Prevost on a nice pass right across the slot. And again, those are just hard passes to defend and hard saves to make.
And this will be icing right off the draw going against. No, they're going to wave it off. They're saying that Morgan of the Canucks must have touched it before it crossed the goal line. So play continues here with 8.5 to play. And again, a huge save, or a couple of huge saves from Wyatt Harvey in the Canucks zone leads to the Canucks being able to equalize this game. Play inside the Leafs end. They're trying to clear it into the skates of Rankin. He'll take a shot from the slot, and that one is stopped by Prevost in the Leafs net. 8 minutes to play. 1-1 the score in the third period.
Big save by Prevost. You can't allow two back-to-back like that. Especially in a game like this that has the stakes that it does. As both teams come into this game looking to get their first win and keep their chances at a gold medal game alive. With 7:40 left in the third period here, and all knotted up at one apiece. Aaron Prevost again making a huge save.
Yeah, you can really help your chances by winning today's game. If you don't, you're going to have to win your third game and then have a little bit of luck depending on how the math works out. Back underway. It's Hansman on the near side in the Canucks zone. Hansman moves it to the point. Gourlay is there, waiting, taking the shot. That gets blocked. Loose puck in the slot. They try to drop it back, but it's past everybody's stick. And now Ekstrom will lead a charge the other way for the Canucks. Into the attacking zone. Ekstrom drops it back. Rankin shot on net, scores! The Canucks have taken the lead with 7 minutes to play. Check that. That was AKS on that shot.
What a goal right through the 5-hole of Prevost to give the Canucks a 2-1 lead here. And with 6:40 on the clock is going to become a factor now for the Leafs in this one. And my goodness, what a change of events here. Or as our favorite office manager once said, my, how the turntables.
That's with just under 7 minutes to play. The Canucks take a 2-1 lead, and here they come again into the attacking zone. There's going to be a penalty called as soon as the Leafs touch the puck, as there was some hard contact made deep in the zone. And it looks like interference will be the call here.
Canucks goal scored by number 86, Adrian Ekstrom.
Well, it's going to be, like you said, interference here, and things go from bad to worst for the Leafs after being up 1-0 and having the game tied, and now having the Canucks go up 2-1. Now you have to kill off a penalty here, in which we've seen the teams do great, or all teams have done a great job killing off the penalties in this tournament so far. But again, now you have to keep your back on your heels a little bit here. You got to dig in. You got to try and create some offense if you can, shorthanded. And we'll see if anything goes right here. We're still waiting for the puck to be dropped here. Now already 20 seconds have gone off the clock on that power play.
Yeah, they started the power play clock before they dropped the puck. And it's inside the Leaf zone. Remember, the Canucks have the player advantage right now, 5-on-4, inside the Leaf zone, behind the goal line. Trying to move it out. Nice move by Gourlay to lead a charge down the ice. Gourlay sends it to the left side on the stick of Ruddle. Ruddle plays it off the end boards, looking to find Gourlay. Gourlay could not get to the puck as Rankin beat him to it. Rankin for the Canucks plays it to the middle of the zone, and it comes out to the neutral zone. Now Rankin going the other way down the right side. Rankin, he set up the first goal. Rankin in the face-off circle, plays it to the middle. The shot coming in from Harris is just wide. In behind the goal line to Harris again. His shot doesn't go towards the net. The Leafs looking to clear. 4 minutes and 10 seconds to play in this contest. 35 seconds ago, it's 2-1 for the Canucks as the Leafs bring it over the blue line. There's a hard collision there as Hansman collides with Griffith. And it's now picked up on the near side. Griffith again knocked down. Hansman the culprit. No call coming. Hansman with the pass though. Wide open. The shot gets stopped. Harvey with a huge save. Hansman now at the near side of the net trying to backdoor that one, but Harvey with another stop with 3:40 to play in this period. And the Leafs penalty is about to end. So they are going to go back to 5-on-5 in this 2-1 game for the Canucks.
And the Leafs are buzzing, you know, but Harvey making 2 of his biggest saves so far of this game. Right there, the game on their stick, trying to tie the game, the Leafs, and Harvey standing tall on 2 quick ones.
Scanlon out of the box, back to 5-on-5 as the puck is moved through the neutral zone by Jason Willer. Willer plays it into the near side corner. Now he carries it along the end boards, but he takes a spill back there. And the Leafs are going to dump the puck down the ice, and it has enough legs to get over the goal line, and that will be icing against the Leafs.
And with a running clock right now for the Leafs, that any stoppage in play is not your friend, as the referees and, you know, the teams taking some time to line up. That's taking away precious seconds from your chance to try and tie this game right now. So timeout has actually been called with 2:45 on the clock by the Leafs. And you know what? That's a really smart use of your timeout right there.
Yeah, that's Leafs head coach Brock Quarrington.
Not Craig Berube?
No, not Craig Berube, no. I think he's a little busy today.
C. Jean cheering on the Saskatoon players on the Canucks.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. AKS, who has the game-winning goal on his stick right now. You've also got Jason Willer out of Regina, Saskatchewan, and Adrian Ekstrom out of Saskatoon. This is his second year playing at the Canadian National Blind Hockey Tournament.
Met a couple of folks yesterday from Saskatoon as well. With Isaiah coming on air, got to talk to his dad a little bit. And also one of my favorite bands from Saskatoon as well, the Sheepdogs. So Saskatoon products getting strong representation here on the ice.
I've always felt like, especially the city of Regina, sometimes like that city I bet could outdraw some of the National Hockey League teams in some of the U.S. markets. I've always felt that the Prairies needs a team in the NHL somewhere.
Well, they love their Saskatoon Blades out there for sure, but
that's right.
And the Rough Riders in Regina as well. But I mean, hey, look at the Arizona Coyotes.
That's right.
You can outdraw them easily. They don't even exist anymore.
Playback underway. The Canucks attacking. That's Willer in the left side corner. 2.5 to play. The Canucks have the lead. Pass across the zone. Backhanded towards the net. And the Canucks cannot get it closer as it just went wide. And now it's the Leafs bringing it out. It's Hansman dropping that back. The shot coming in. Harvey makes the save. Off the stick of Nathan Tree, just below the goal circle, or below the faceoff circle. Now in the corner. Andrew Gourlay moves it to the middle. The shot from Hansman is stopped. And the Leafs clear it out, the Canucks clear it out of that area. Willer now flips it along the boards, and that will roll all the way down the ice with 1:50 to play in regulation. Canucks with a 2-1 lead. Leafs looking for the equalizer. Down the left side. Andrew Gourlay plays it across the blue line, but no one there for the Leafs. And it's the Canucks going the other way. The pass is dropped back to the line. Leafs trying to break it up. Shot comes in off the crossbar. Picked up on the near side circle. It is controlled by Tunis. Tunis in the corner. Gets it knocked away from his stick. 1:20 to play. Morgan breaks up the clearing attempt and dumps it back in. Smart play by Morgan of the Canucks. And now the Leafs will try to exit on the opposite side. And this time they do get it out. 1:05 to go. Moved down the ice on the left wing by Foxcroft. He enters the zone for the Leafs. Plays it to the far side corner. Scanlon in front of the net tries to get at the pass. And now there's a shot attempt. Loose on the doorstep. The Leafs looking desperate here. The Canucks trying to clear it out. It's at the blue line. Scanlon shot comes in, takes a deflection, and goes wide. 40 seconds to play in the third period. The Leafs looking for control on the near side boards. It's Hansman who finds it. Tries to get it to the front of the net. The Canucks break up the play. They get it out of the zone, and it'll go down the ice. Rankin for the Canucks is going to race for it. And he's going to try to kill as much time on the clock in the attacking zone. Rankin on the near side. 20 seconds to go. Rankin tries to flip it in deep, but it's turned over. One last rush up the ice for the Leafs. Into the zone is Ruddle. Ruddle needs to get the pass. He completes the pass. Can they get the shot off? Ruddle in front of the net to Hansman. It's blocked. 3 seconds to go, and the Canucks are going to hang on, and they've beaten the Leafs 2-1.
Wow, 2 instant classics with both games here this morning. A big win for the Sens in overtime, and now the Canucks with a 2-1 victory here at the Mattamy Athletic Center. And you know, this building is no stranger to some classic games over the years between all the hockey that it's seen in its hallowed halls at Maple Leaf Gardens. So what an exciting game played by both teams, with the Canucks coming out victorious. The Canucks move to 1-1 while the Leafs fall to 0-2 on the weekend, and they're going to be in tough now to make that gold medal game.
And the Canucks will play the Sens. The Sens won the earlier game as well. So Sens are 2-0. Canucks 1-1. So yeah, that could be a gold medal preview game tonight, depending on how the Habs and the Leafs game goes. The Habs are also 1-1 then.
They are indeed. So,
and the Leafs will be looking to try and, again, they could get some help, right? If the Sens beat the Canucks and the Leafs go to 1-2 and the Canucks go to 1-2, we'll have to wait to see what the tiebreaker rules are. So every game means something still in this open division portion of the tournament.
The Sens doing everything they can to really put themselves in a good position to play in that gold medal game with the win today, going to 2-0. But hey, you lose another game, it's 2-1, and now that could be 3 teams that are at 2-1 after today.
That's right. So a lot to be determined still as we move through day 2. All right, we've got the low vision and development game coming up in just a couple of minutes. Stay tuned on to this YouTube page, and another link will pop up shortly to give you that game live. For Courtney Kenny, I'm Matthew Sukram. Thanks for joining us as the Canucks go away with this one, 2-1 over the Leafs.